Hi Aries, thank you for trusting in me. If you're new to my channel, welcome. All your likes, your comments, your subscribes really help to keep this channel growing and flowing. We're on this journey together here, and again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other placements, right? It's always good to feel into where you're being guided in your chart. And again, if you need some help with that, just know that I offer really intensive personalized birth chart readings, because I know personally when I started out this journey of astrology in my birth chart, it was very just stark, and I was left with a lot of questions, very generalized, a lot of these generated birth charts. So for me, I want to offer more of a session, right, where we get to talk. I send you supportive links, and you also get that tarot spread. Okay, so check out those links below if you're feeling called to get to know your relationship specifically with Saturn, right? Because we have the Saturn retrograde. And again, we have 2 full moons. Last month, we had a full moon in Capricorn, which is Saturnian energy. We also have a full moon in Capricorn at the end of this month. So Saturnian influence is a brewing. And really what my goal is with these readings is self-development, right? The love readings, of course, are more geared towards others and relations. But with this reading, it's proposed to you. And I want you to get through some of these karmic lessons that you're facing with Saturn, okay? So if you want to know more about your transits, I'm also running a special. If you don't see it on my website, again, send me an email. So Capricorn energy, right? This full moon in Capricorn in your 10th house of achievements. This is Capricorn influence. So this is a lot around our soul's mission. This could be career. This could be a creative endeavor, but it's also deeply rooted again with karma. So some people assume with their 10th house that it's just going to be about career. Yes and no. It also can be your soul's mission to just get a karmic lesson, to break some sort of ancestral trauma, some sort of ties with your family that you passed down, because again, hurt people, right? And if we're not working through that, we're just going to pass that down to our offspring if you choose to have children. Or again, we're just going to stay stuck or stagnant. So it is important for you to also understand that your 10th house might just talk about that. There's a big lesson that you're meant to learn right now so that you can move forward, right? You can evolve, and you can also take these blessings of Jupiter. Okay, so we have this Cancerian energy still, Sun in Cancer, New Moon in Cancer on the 5th, right? And then also Venus in Cancer till the 11th. So that's your 4th house. That's your home. That's your stability. This also talks about the first 7 years of your life, because that's what creates the foundation, right? I'm a psych major, so I've studied the human personality, and this is what's gotten me into tarot, right? In the archetypes. I love this stuff. I geek out on it, and there's so much more than just tarot and astrology, right? I like to take from a little bit of everything, but really it does come down to our attachment styles, our mentors, our teachers, Saturn, right? And how they've negatively impacted us, and kind of what we're bringing along, that baggage, right? Perceived baggage. And sometimes it's hard to let that go, right? Because it's so comforting. Our ego, right? And Aries, you struggle with that. That's a shadow aspect because you govern and rule the 1st house, is this sense of self and identity and preservation of self and autonomy and independence. And that can sometimes mask what's actually below the surface, because it's a really hard thing to feel that. So there is a lot around trying to go a bit deeper into your past and why you are the way you are. You are what you are, right? And, some people say that people don't change, a tiger never loses its stripes, blah, blah, blah. Yes and no, but we can actively make decisions and choices to make changes. And that, again, is generalized. Like, everyone's on their unique timeline, but we have to be honest about that, okay? So Aries, I hope that you're being honest about your past, where you've come from. And although these feelings that are emerging, right, might be hard for you, especially around family, the home, your parents, your mentors, and it's time to really get clear about those karmic ancestral ties potentially that you have, negative or positive, and just getting more clear and intentional with what's actually yours to take, and not taking along the baggage of, say, your father or your mother, or, you know, any sort of family ties that you have, because I know not all of you have a mother or father. So this could literally be mentors. This could be an aunt or an uncle or a teacher, right? It's good for you right now this month to think about the positive mentors that you've had in your life and what kind of characteristics make them as such. So trying to also see the positive in your mentors and the people in the family that shaped and shifted your life, even if you grew up in a home that was very hostile or there was a lot of trauma there, right? And not all of you that's the case, but most of us have some sort of family crap that we're dealing with. And then who was there to support you, right? Who was there? If you can't think of one person, even if it's just one, I want you to think of that person and what was it that they were doing that made you feel safe in those times of unsafety, right? And then maybe trying to pull on those qualities as you move forward, okay? So in your pre-meditation, I did get a song. It was funny. It actually just came this morning. So I'm doing it a different style, and I think I'm going to continue to do this. Before I even press record, I'm just going to sit with your energy and what comes up visually, songs, all that good stuff. I'm just going to let you know, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So the song, The Wheel in the Sky Keeps on Turning, I think it's Journey. I don't know always where the the artist's name is. So the wheel in the sky keeps on turning. I was jamming out to your song because I actually really like that song. So there's something about the wheel. It's going to be the wheel of fortune. This is inertia. That word also came up for you. And it's a bit complex. This inertia, you know, it's stop, go. But it looks like you are picking up momentum. It's kind of like I'm seeing a train. Chugging along, you know, and it can be hard sometimes to get that inertia, the momentum forward. But once we actually start moving, it's a little bit easier. You know, I remember it was funny in the work meeting. I used to be a server in my latter half of my years, and that was 99% of the struggle was just getting there, right? So that's coming to mind. And my boss in the office had this poster, and it was like, kudos to you because you made it here, because that's 99% of the struggle. So that's coming up for you as well. And then I also got triumph turns to tragedy, or triumph over tragedy. So it could be, again, a balance of feeling like, again, like I want to conquer something, I want to take over something. So again, there's a balance there. Triumph turns to tragedy. I'm getting also the song Tragic Kingdom, no doubt. All right, let's dive in here. I will link some songs below. The Wheel in the Sky Keeps on Turning. And again, it's not all about listening to the song. Of course, if you like it, jam out to it, but it's the lyrics. There's power in the lyrics. I'm a lyricist. I'm a songwriter. I love lyrics. I love music. So it definitely comes through strongly through my spiritual practices. And I hope you enjoy it. I'm that friend. But it doesn't show up in my everyday life as much. It does, but not as much as it does when I'm sitting in my readings. It's very clear to me when it comes through. Aries, let's get into it. We're going to pull from the Sacred Destiny Oracle, Aries, for July, or whenever you find this. Cross watchers, you're welcome here as well. Please comment below your placements, right? If you're watching for your ascendant, your sun, your moon, your Venus, I'd love to know. And cross watchers as well. Let me know if this is resonating, right? What are you getting some momentum for? What are you needing, right? Some momentum for, like a motivation is the word that's coming to mind. What motivates you? And again, who was that role model that got you through some hard times when you were young? This is like talking about before you were 10. All right, let's see. And pulling on those qualities, right, Aries? Aries, what do we have for Aries? Please show me the truth and nothing but the truth, Great Spirit. My ancestors and my guides, my allies, please show me what Aries needs to know. There it is. Power, wisdom, fulfillment, and solitude. Power. Look at that. So there is some sort of storm there, but there's power in that storm. So also I'm getting the message of, like, there's power in your movement, right? Because again, there's a lot about inertia, You know, the wheel talks about destined fated events, and it's gaining you wisdom. You might be regaining some level of fulfillment or power in your life, maybe taking back some power that was maybe you were giving too freely. But again, there's a balance there, because I heard triumph turns to tragedy. So that can be hard sometimes for Aries, as you can kind of bulldoze through and be impulsive and erratic. So it's good to slow down, especially during all these retrogrades right now. Again, Saturn in your chart, if you want to look into your relationship with Saturn, this is going to help you and guide you to become more disciplined, to not just like bulldoze through, right? Because triumph can turn to tragedy real quick if we aren't careful with our energy and also our power. Because, you know, our emotions, this came through in Cancer's reading. Again, you could have Cancer in your chart, but they had a lot around how their emotions were actually fueling them ahead. So be careful that you also are all having a good cry, is the main message they got. And there's power in your tears. So not feeling like it's a weakness to cry or have emotions, okay? There's actually wisdom there, okay, for you. So there's a balance there. There's also a balance because you have to take solitude and time away from people, right? That also is where the power is and fulfillment is, and is learning that balance. You know, learning the balance of kind of work, play, solitude, and giving yourself grace. And hopefully people can understand, people that are meant to be in your life can understand why you're going through that, right? You might be feeling more like a recluse, and maybe you're getting out, but you have a more of like a selection, I should say, instead of just like freely giving your power away. You're trying to be very selective, because it seems like maybe there's only so much that you have to offer. You know, power is not infinite. It fluctuates, so be careful with that. All right. Cheetah, yeah, that's in reverse. You got 3 cards here. The rabbit, which is kind of, this is that anxious, the anxiety. Okay, this is that air energy. We got air, we got earth, and we got fire in reverse. Yeah, this is triumph over tragedy. Do not, because this is like pouncing on something. This is solar plexus, this is confidence. So don't be cocky, right? Overconfident, overzealous. I'm getting that message for you, because that can quickly, a triumph can turn to tragedy, okay? This is more meticulous. This is both air. No, earth. I'm sorry. Sometimes I get confused. This is a new deck. It's earth, sorry. So yeah, it's interesting because the fire is in reverse. Where do you have earth in your chart? But earth is what's going to help ground you down, so you don't become too like macho. I'm getting, because I got this kind of inertia, there's movement, and you're like, you know, it might feel really good, but just don't get ahead of yourself is what I'm getting. Because the spider is very meticulous, planning, methodical, you know, thinking about the beauty of a spider. And some of you might be fearful of spiders, but just please, if you are fearful of spiders, I get it. Sometimes it's scary when there's a big spider, but I've learned to get over that fear. I work outdoors, that's my main gig. I work with kids outside, so I've had to deal with a lot of bugs and creepy crawlies. And, you know, sometimes it can be fearful to see a spider, but just know that, think about the elegance and the gracefulness and the discipline that it takes to create such weaves, and how beautiful that is. So let's honor that, because that's a beautiful process. And, you know, think about when we swipe them away, and I've done it. I'm guilty of it. I've killed bugs in my house. There's moments, right? And I'm not to be shameful of it, but I also I'm trying to be better about that. Like, just put them outside. You know, you don't have to kill them. They just spent like a couple hours weaving this whole web, and we're just like, well, but that's the beauty in the spider, is that they continue to persevere. It's just in their innate DNA. It's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just build another one. I'm just gonna build another one. And so this is about like the momentum of the cheetah is kind of in reverse. So it's like planned, being methodical. Rabbit can be very anxious prone, so you could be feeling like you're having like panic attacks. So just slow down. Also with the cheetah in reverse is like slow down, take your time. You don't have to pounce. You don't have to be overzealous here. This is more of this earth grounded energy to like just Solitude showed up for you, right? Slow down, okay? And that doesn't mean to like be avoidant or dismissive, but it's just like think things through before you say them as well. You know, there's a lot of power in your presence here with the cheetah, even if it's in reverse, but don't act brash or cocky. Try to examine things with the rabbit. You know, the rabbit again can be anxious prone, but they're really good at thinking. Because think of a rabbit in the wilds. They got to be quick on their toes, you know, and they have to learn how to hide sometimes from outside predators. So that is something as well that's coming through here. Tactfulness, especially with the spider and rabbit. Very methodical. This is kind of giving me 2 and 3 of wands, which is Aries energy. Planning, progressing, right? You got that inertia, it seems, but just don't overstep yourself. Aries, what do we have for the Aries collective? Please show me for July. You could also, again, an earth sign could help you. Planning something with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, let's see, Aries. What do they need to know? My Aries collective. Aries, whoa, okay, there's your last one. Okay, yeah. The moon. Yeah, see, you have a sways. You very well could have Pisces or Cancer in your chart. 7 of Pentacles in reverse with the 2 of Pentacles is making a impulsive decision. Sometimes the 2 of Pentacles in reverse can represent like having to drop something because you're juggling too much, or making a decision to drop one of those options, right? But it's like the moon here upright with the 7 of Pentacles. This 7 of Pentacles is patience. This is like tending to the garden, nurturing the soil, knowing that this is going to take time for these actually to sprout. And in this picture, they are sprouting, but this person is like giving like love and care. There also does take more than just planting something. Like there's a lot that goes into gardening, and people forget that. They're like, oh, I put it in the ground and just give it some water and we're good. No, there's timing. There's appropriate timing, right? And I think that's where you're at with this moon, is like, when is it appropriate for me to showcase these emotions that I'm feeling below the surface as well, with this card that's below the surface? You are coming out of this devil here, Capricorn energy here. That's good to see that in reverse. But it is a very slow process for you. And I think that's where this time comes in. It's like almost stagnant emotions too, is what I'm getting. There's a lot of stagnant emotions that you have to free yourself from. But I feel like there's a lack of motivation sometimes to drop something. Again, a choice. This could be a job that you don't like. This could be a relationship that you're in. This could be just mental health. This could be so many things. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But it looks like for you, there is people around you that do care. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, 3s are consistent but small, right? This is keeping, again, I'm getting the message of like having like a close-knit group, maybe like 3 people that you can call on, but not like, also the message I'm getting is like, it's not always about others, because others are not always going to understand your moon, because this is what's hidden, right? This is hidden deep within you. You have to be able to open up here. I'm also seeing that here, the 9 of Cups. This is someone that's opening up. But this is self-focused, right? This is self-focused. And again, the Page of Wands is this, both of these people are very open and excited and receptive and dancing and a very happy energy. Here, this is fire and water, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sag. But this one's in reverse, so it's like, in order to get your 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment, self-development, it does take also maybe dropping a wand. So it looks like you're dropping a wand and a pentacle, so you could be dropping someone so that you can work through this devil. There's a recovery here of like toxic tendencies. You're being asked to see that so that you can actually cooperate with others, right? Or maybe that was a challenge. Seeing eye to eye, teamwork, right? There's also a child here. So this is like a mom and a dad and a child. So you could have family with someone. The Knight of Earth is here in reverse. So again, be careful of like stagnant. Also, the Knight of Earth and the Knight of Cups, because Nine of Cups can be a bit smug. And I was getting that message with a triumph turns to tragedy is don't be too smug about your progress, because it looks like you are progressing out of some toxic tendencies. But I also want you to be very honest with yourself, because there is this stagnant energy here with the Seven of Pentacles, Knight of Earth in reverse. You know, it's like something is stunting your growth, and it might be due to a lack of direction is what I'm hearing. A lack of like a direction. Like the earth energy is very strong here for you to help you through this. So where do you have earth in your chart? If you don't know, you can always reach out to me and we can get more clarity on that. I actually want to pull from the affirmations deck here. How can Aries move through some of this, these blockages that we're talking about here? How can Aries move through some of these blockages? Please show me the truth for Aries. How can Aries work through some of these blockages that they may be experiencing? How can Aries work through them? Give me some advice. Patience. Well, there you go. Change. Allowing change. Tolerance. It says, we are not alone here. We all walk the same earth. We breathe the same air, and each of us is worthy of being loved. So there could have been something about feeling worthy of love. Forgiveness is here, patience and change. A beautiful flower does not grow overnight. Your patience will encourage many other flowers to blossom. So yeah, that's that Seven of Pentacles energy, where I feel like you might have a start, stop, and that's okay. You're still working through this moon. I actually want to clarify the moon for you before we move on here, because that moon is a very prevalent. That's the one major arcana that showed up. What's this moon card for Aries? What's the moon? What's the moon for Aries? What is it that they are working through with this moon energy? Show me the truth. Whoa, Jesus. Grief. A disconnection from a loved one. It could have been with Gemini. We have the Lovers and Magician, which is definitely Gemini energy. This is both their major arcanas. So it looks like you are grieving the loss of a connection. It doesn't have to be a Gemini, but it could be. And there's the Five of Cups here in reverse. So this is about recovery, acceptance. There was insecurities and frustrations in the separation, failure to meet the test, avoidance of others, or a choice of, or again, not being committed. Air sign again showing up, King of Swords. So there could have been a harsh truth here that created some sort of change. And it's saying change is the very nature of life. When we resist change, we are resisting our growth. So you could be feeling, yeah, there's a Three of Pentacles again with a Two of Cups, Six of Cups. So there is an opportunity for forgiveness and love here, right? Or cooperation. Three of Pentacles is twice for you, at least as friends, because Three of Pentacles can be friends, co-workers. Maybe there is an opportunity for some to at least come into a better balanced place with someone, especially someone from your past. It could again be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have Scorpio, and we also have Capricorn, Cancer. Okay, so it could be many different signs. But it does look like you have, with the moon, these are those emotions. You're getting over some sort of love dynamic or multiple, right? It could be you're like kind of, again, that fourth house influence for you is asking you to kind of look at your past, the relationship with your mother especially, and how that's strongly impacted you, and how you either treat men or women in your love dynamics now. We're going to take this over to the love reading. So I'm going to pull the astrology deck to see some potential signs that you may be dealing with. But don't let it deter you away from watching it. If you're feeling called to watch it, go for it. But this could just further deepen the message for you of some potential signs that are within yours or their chart. For Aries in love for July, or whenever you find this, what signs are they potentially dealing with? Capricorn strong. We saw that. What signs is Aries dealing with? What signs is Aries dealing with in love? What signs is Aries dealing with? What signs is Aries dealing with? Please show me the truth. Signs that Aries is dealing with in love. Signs that Aries is dealing with in love. Signs, show me. Potential signs. Gemini, okay. Gemini, we saw that. Capricorn, Gemini. What other signs? Give me two more. Two more signs here. Leo. Oh, you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I was going to take all those, but we'll take them, okay? So we have, let me hold this up for you so you can see it. Give me a second. So again, you could have any of these placements, or you could Capricorn, Gemini, Scorpio. It could be any water sign, which is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or Leo. Okay, these are some signs that you could be dealing with or you have in your chart. We're going to take this over to the love reading. If this is where we part, bye for now, Aries. Happy July.